Do you guys know what your last meal would be? If you're on death row. Okay, excellent. What would your last meal be?
First of all, me being on death row, impossible. I'd never get caught. I would get caught. I probably would.
I was like, Curly, you are lying. You couldn't even lie.
Would I get caught? I don't know if I'd get caught to be on. I don't know if I'd ever get caught.
No, you'd be like, I did something bad, guys.
You'd be that wasn't me. That was
okay. That's not the
me.
Wasn't me,
Mama.
But I
That's
saw
not
it
the
in the
question
shower.
here. What would your last meal be?
I don't know.
Think about it.
You know what would
You have a couple people.
you know what would mine would be? Mine would be Antonio's chicken lasagna.
Fucking shit. You could see it coming from like a mile away.
I love that chicken
Sky,
lasagna
why would you
so
do
much.
that to him? I guess that's your last
Chicken
evil deed. Is
lasagna.
like, I'm gonna make my friend cook for me. That's my last meal.
I
refuse anything else.
I'll make you a lasagna, but it won't be with chicken.
The worst pies in London.
Thank you, Sweetie Todd.
It'll be your final meal. You'll finally get to taste.
Finally get to have a little taste.
Finally.
That's
But what
how
if
you
that's
know.
what I'm in jail for?
That's what I was kind of like alluding to, is like, would I get caught, and also how the fuck did I get here? But I guess that's
different question.
another time.
There's two questions. What got us there, and what are we going to be eating? We already got chicken lasagna for Sky, and she was a cannibal. She was
Sky?
a cannibal.
Sky will be in jail for killing Quetzal just because Quetzal did some stupid shit, and her last meal will be Dahlia lasagna.
That nervous giggle. That
leave it
nervous
be, thank you.
giggle.
What would I eat?
A Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Probably. I feel like I would try to unalive myself in the meal. So I would like my favorite meal from every fast food chain into one giant meal. And I'm like, beat you to the punch, bitches.
And you're gonna eat it all at one time and you'll choke on it.
I feel like the moment it hits my stomach, it's over for me.
It's like a bomb.
Oh God. I think for me, I would probably land myself on death row for murder, and then I would probably, because this is coming to mind, I'm just gonna say it. It's the meal that I had in Vienna, because it was so simple and so understated yet delicious as fuck, and it was like
Okay,
a
European.
3-course meal.
Goes
that
to
beret changed
France like 5 times.
That beret
and
did change.
Can't
me.
stop.
That it's like you spent a semester abroad, man. You're like, well,
Every
let's get
single
to spend a
fucking.
semester
But we just have
abroad.
to do this every year. We just get to go through this immediately when you come back. Where it's just.
How about
It's
you
a
guys
cycle.
go and travel and talk about your lives and try to avoid saying, "Oh yeah, Europe." I'd like to see you try.
We're poor
Joke's on
Dolly.
I was
you.
like, what with what money?
Gosh darn it, guys.
How did I end up in jail?
I didn't even tell you what I was eating.
Hey,
what
hey,
is
Sky,
it?
You just
eat
said.
the rich.
She just said it was good, understated, but good. What
Those
was
big
it?
nuggets.
I don't. What?
I think about her sometime. It was like a consomme
What was
soup
she?
with pancakes, and like it was an amazing broth. I drank the whole thing, and then there was some other
Consomme
shit.
with pancakes.
Yeah, it sounded so fucking weird, Antonio, but it tasted so good. I ate everything. I practically licked the bowl.
What kind
So
of
good.
consomme? Like chicken consomme or like
It was like beef.
beef consomme?
Yeah.
So you had bone broth and pancakes.
Interesting.
Antonio, what would be your last meal? You've had plenty of time to think about.
I will have the rest of my life to think about it.
It's a 4 for 4 from Wendy's. Done.
Yeah.
I don't know why we were.
I don't know why we were concerned.
I would never go
I
out
would.
with a
Have
4
you
for
ever had a
4.
Frosty?
With a
Have you ever had a vanilla
Frosty? Maybe with a vanilla fucking Frosty. Unless you say something else, that is the last meal in my mind
We
and
decided
everyone
for
else's
you.
mind. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably ask to cook for my last meal.
Boo. That's so you. That is a very typical Antonio answer. You wouldn't make it
I'd be
good
like,
enough.
"Can I cook
Let me
something?"
do it. How about that 4 for 4?
How about the 4 for 4 though? And why did Antonio go to jail?
Oh?
Why?
Tony Murray.
Why?
It was like There's so many reasons.
Well, I mean, it's obvious in this little story we're telling that I killed Quetzal, and I asked for the lasagna for my last meal, and Antonio kills Dahlia to make that lasagna.
So, but something has to. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I end up on death row.
Because he
I was
cooked
just
Dahlia.
trying to do good by my friend.
Why the fuck am I in death row? I'm the one that fucking died first.
That is very you, though, isn't it?
They just heard certain clips from this podcast, and they were like, jail.
Prison.
Prison, honey.
I don't think they'd even let you have a last meal. They'd probably go immediately to like electrocute on site.
Don't waste the money on this guy. Not worth it.
Use of live fire is authorized.
See, but they try to shoot me, and I'd eat every bullet in midair.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Kirby.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Sit Down, Loser. We're watching a movie. My name's Dahlia.
I'm Sky.
I'm Antonio.
And I'm Quetzal.
And we're just 4 adult babies who watch movies that everyone else has watched, except one of us is the loser who hasn't. Today we're watching a movie that showed us Airbnbs, not that great. Barbarian, released in 2022, directed by Zach Krieger. And today's loser is...
It's me.
Surprise.
Back again. Oh my god, if you're doing the shot game, you're dead,
This
baby.
year's
How are you listening
Sit
to
Down
this?
Loser Wrapped is going to be like Dahlia, number of movies watched, all of them.
Yeah.
All right, why'd we pick this?
It's horror, baby.
Baby.
I love that you went a la Austin Powers.
And I hated it, so that's cute.
I love you, Dahlia, for you.
Y'all should just touch each other's taint already. Jesus Christ.
He's literally across town. It's impossible, Quetzal. Get it together. Anyway, it's horror.
You got a car.
And also, we're recording.
Would you meet me halfway?
Meet me halfway. It's
This
horror,
was
baby.
This is another one of those movies in the string of movies that I said that I watched on the plane. I watched 3 movies back to back to back, baby, and that was Everything Everywhere All at Once, Narp,
Baby.
and
Baby.
this movie.
Baby.
Everybody behind me was probably like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But they were probably asleep because it was a.
They're probably
long
like,
flight.
hey,
anyway,
you in the front. Shut up.
You probably woke them up. Yeah, you woke them up.
and I don't care. Never sit next to me on a plane or in a movie theater. The end.
I can
Got
attest.
him.
Never perceive me.
It was.
I shan't be
It's a scary
perceived.
movie. We've been on a very like horror, spooky movie kick. I feel like a lot of the episodes we've been putting out have been horror-esque.
Why do we like
And
horror?
we love horror.
Because
You guys dragged me
are-
into it.
We
We're
are
gay.
mentally ill.
Is that what it is?
Illest.
I was trying to boil it down.
The mentally
like-
illest.
Do I just like really just like scary or terrible movies because I'm just so used to like not being well, so I just drift towards not feeling well?
Yes, that's why.
You're
That's-
like, that's not normal. I'm normal though.
This is why I hate comedy and romance. Romance is the true horror.
The trailer. That is the other reason we were watching this.
Yeah,
The
I
fake
would
out of the
say,
trailer.
yeah, I would say this movie's marketing A plus because
A24 plus.
A24 plus because I had no idea what this movie was about except for an Airbnb, and that was what made it really
Oh.
fun going into, like blind.
That's what I was gonna ask. Because I'm like, what do you mean? And I don't think I really. Maybe I did see the trailer, and you're correct. I'm recalling.
we did
this
see the
now.
trailer because we all saw Black Phone together. But you were a little
Yep, and
drunk.
I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
Oh yeah, that was in there.
Was
Yeah,
there
it's gross.
when we watched this movie, did I not like pull an anagram out of Barbarian, Airbnb, and then something else?
An anagram.
Yeah.
Hey,
Whoa.
Nancy Drew.
Yeah. Oh, and I would like to say too that the font of the title
Oh my god.
is the same font as Sweet Baby Ray barbecue sauce.
I love
Thank you
that.
for understanding that.
We have
Wow,
some.
I love that.
We have some, yeah. It's the same font.
That's the hard hitting journalism you get here at Sit Down Losers Incorporated.
We give you the real truth.
You tell him.
So,
Third reason.
Number 3.
third reason,
Trauma mama.
Trauma.
is another one of just list of movies that were all about trauma. You know, those are my favorite horror. And this one, I have particular parts in the movie that if you laughed at that, you're probably a cis white man.
Ooh.
So I'm
Did not
excited
laugh.
to talk about those.
Yeah, because you have like the scary monster in the movie, but the real monster is the trauma that we had, that we
The
experienced.
trauma along the way.
The real trauma is, or the real horror is the trauma along the way. Yeah, no, Men was all about the trauma. And also very fucking weird. But it's an A24 movie, so should not have been surprised.
Also, I do want to
That's
mention,
what I expected.
we've said A24 a lot. This movie is not A24.
We just got
Barbarian
a
is not
boner
A24.
We just have a really big boner for A24.
We really do.
I
This
mean-
feels like
And
an
for
A24
Blum.
movie.
Yeah.
Does it? I don't know if it feels like that.
Yes,
It
does
feels like a-
for me.
This
I
felt,
don't know why.
I don't even know.
You know, I know it did feel like a Blum. You're right. You know, what,
It
you're
feels
right.
like a Blum.
Like
Is
a
it
Blum.
Blum? It's
I
not
don't
Blum.
think it is Blumhouse. I don't think it's.
It'd be really funny if it was neither, because then we're like, oh my god, we're reaching.
You know, it's also kind of fucking bullshit is that they're not releasing this like in physical copies at all. It's only digital and streaming. Which I'm like, I
Really?
hope it never gets lost. I don't think it should.
Like, what do you mean, like Lost?
Like,
There will be no physical copies of
what
this movie ever.
Yeah, was it The Empty Man?
What's that?
You watched that movie. I watched part of it. I think you watched all of it, right?
Oh my god.
Did it get lost?
That movie is only on streaming, so if they took it off of everything, that movie would be like, you wouldn't be able to find it
Gone.
anywhere. So I'm like, I don't.
That movie is also weird.
Okay, so this is
But it's
20th Century Studios. Barbarian.
Damn.
Ooh.
20th Century Studios, no longer affiliated with Fox. Right?
Well, Fox is Disney now.
Yep.
Disney. Technically, Barbarian's Disney.
Disney.
And I think in other countries,
Isn't Harry
it's on
Potter-
Disney Plus, which is really funny.
Oh yeah, I saw some weird
on
fucking
Disney
shit while I
Plus?
was abroad on Disney, and I was like, "What are you doing here, dude?"
There are some
But
adult
that's
things
another
on
story.
Disney, and it always throws me off. Like, oop, like should this really be here? Sort of stuff.
On Disney Plus.
Yes.
So another reason we picked this as that this is another comedian turned horror director, which we love to see. I see you, Mr. Jordan Peele, sir.
Sir.
Now, what comedy did Mr. Zach Rager do?
So he was a part of the Whitest Kids You Know, which was like a comedy group. I don't think they're together anymore because I think one of them passed away. But it was like I want to say it was like kind of a sketch group, kind of like College Humor and all that kind of stuff.
mhm.
So he comes from a comedic background, which I think that's the key to good horror.
Wait. What did they call them in Barbarian? They're part of the collective. He's part of like a comedians collective.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Like a troupe.
Yeah.
Where are they? Oh, they're in Michigan. Detroit.
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 D-Town.
Why is this one hair? This is why I shouldn't cut my own hair anymore.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
I will fall for you over again.
It didn't look bad though. It just that popped into my head. Anytime anybody does that in front. It looks good.
I think I've been able to.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I want it dead.
Well,
I want her dead.
I love the little emo look.
I do too. I'm like,
I hate.
My dick is a little kind of hard. A little kind of.
All right, there that goes.
I
away.
asked for one looking hour. Oh yeah, we couldn't move on to the next part without you.
Yeah, what did you know about it when you started watching it?
That's right. So like I said, this was one of those movies that I have already seen before coming into here. So I had to write down my expectations, and here's my expectations. I know nothing about the movie other than its horror. It frightened people at the theaters in some trailers that I saw. So I guess I did watch the trailer. It seems like it has polarizing views on its ickiness and goodness. From the movie poster, it looks like a slasher babysitter movie. That's what it appeared to me. Two more.
I really want to. Can we break that open for a hot second? What did you guys think it was gonna be? I mean, like based off of the words barbarian, I was like they're crazy or someone's super crazy between character A and B. And I was like, what's happening?
I truly thought it was going to be an Airbnb movie, like the horrors of Airbnbs. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, like what nefarious forces were at work, but I truly thought it was just going to be Mr. Skarsgård and Miss Campbell.
And they were going to like go at each other.
One of the scariest episodes of Supernatural that I ever saw was one.
Jesus Christ.
It was from one of the first 5 seasons, like so not the more ridiculous seasons, but it was like about people, and this freaks me out too because I've seen like real life stories about it, about people that live in the walls of people's homes and you don't know about
I've
it.
heard about that. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Ooh,
So
like
that-
Secret Life of Arietti.
You know, I've never seen that.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Don't bring Ghibli
Or the borrowers.
into this.
Ghibli.
Don't bring Jiggly into this.
Ghibli Puff.
So I kind of thought that it was going to be something of that nature with them being like tortured, because I was like, okay, barbarian, like torture, murderous.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's where my thoughts were. I was like, oh, so
Your mind.
my mind was thinking that it was just people that were living in the house, underneath the house or something, without the owners knowing.
Basement,
See,
I guess, was one big
hate
thing. 'Cause
that.
that's what that image is, right, on the poster. So
Yeah.
See, like, so that goes back to like Hangman, which isn't
Like
exactly
shit like
living
that
there.
where it's like it creeps me out. So that's kind of where I thought it was going.
Some
I
sort of
thought you-
stalkery thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some sort of like stalkery thing, maybe slightly, almost not cannibalistic or incestuous per se or mutant-esque, but just something kind of weird and just like somewhere in between Hangman and The Hills Have Eyes sort of nonsense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So that's what I thought.
I thought you didn't care about Hangman.
I don't
Me?
want to watch it.
Oh, I thought I put it on while you were there.
And I was like,
Oof.
this is too real.
I watched it. I watched it and I was like,
I walk away at every movie with the word man in it. I'm done.
If there's multiple like men, then there's absolutely no chance.
So the scores are.
Wait. I had 2 more.
Oh, yeah, she's
Oh.
I'm
she
sorry.
ain't done.
I'm sorry. I broke it
Antonio
up
just
and I
wanted to
gotta put it
unpack
away.
that.
Yeah, Antonio wanted to unpack that. And now that we've rewrapped that up and we're moving on, I said, I want to say it gives me cannibalism vibes. I just feel like it's something that people are grossed out about but can't have enough of. Am I right, fellas? Question
Like human meat.
Am I right,
I think that was
ladies?
a dig at Sky.
Not really a
Cannibalism.
dig as an observation.
And then last one was no expectations because I truly have no clue what's going on here other than she spooks.
You can say that again after
She
that.
spooks. I like that.
She spooks.
Oh, sorry.
She spooks.
I'll save that
Um,
again for later.
You can make that joke again and I'll laugh. So the Rotten Tomatoes
Be careful,
score-
guys. Whatever laugh you might make might be your last.
Who said?
Who says that?
Who said? The Rotten Tomatoes score is 92%. The audience is 71, and the Google users are 82. The Rotten
is
Tomatoes
pretty
are correct.
high.
Again,
Pretty
what is
high
this?
for a horror?
We're like,
God damn.
why are we
Damn.
siding with Rotten Tomatoes all of a sudden?
With Rotten
Right.
Tomato.
Because
Roddy
for
Tomati.
once they're right. Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Am I right?
We're getting there, closer and closer. We're eventually going to actually watch Paddington 2.
Oh
we
my
will be
God.
watching Paddington too. It is on the list.
It is on the
I don't
That's
know
why I
when.
haven't seen any Paddington, but I've seen Paddingtons, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch a movie, but then I'm like, oh, I can't.
He's so cute. He's wearing his wee little boots.
his wee little boots and his raincoat.
It is hot. The list of actors is.
Georgina Campbell.
Is she in anything
Bill-
else that we know?
I tried to look that up actually,
She looked
and
really
I didn't really
familiar.
find anything. I thought that she was the girl from 13 Reasons Why, but I don't think she was.
Is she?
Also, she's English.
In it.
A bit funny, in it?
Bit sad, isn't it? Bill
bit
Skarsgård. We all know Mr.
Who is
Bill.
Pennywise, right?
Pennywise.
Yeah, that is Doobie Pennywise. That's why I see that motherfucker. It's on site.
That's why
On
they casted
fucking
him
site.
in this movie. Because
Yeah.
everyone
Love.
associates him with that. So
That's,
they were like-
it was part of the fake out.
they're like, you thought.
It seems also that Miss Georgina
did think.
Campbell was in Black Mirror, so maybe she seems familiar in that sense.
She's also going to be in a Bird Box spinoff. Crazy.
They're making another one.
It says spinoff. Oh, she was also in King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. There's a movie.
With Mr. What is it?
Cute.
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam. What did I watch recently that had Charlie Hunnam? Oh, I watched The Gentleman.
Pacific Rim.
I've been told to watch that.
Job.
Was it good?
Oh, it's fantastic. I've watched it twice now.
Oh, cute.
It's fantastic. It's actually great.
And then last but not least,
Justin Long.
Scream King, Justin Long.
We love a
our
Scream
short king.
Short
We
king.
love. I do be loving Short Kings.
How tall is he?
Oh, stunning.
Sky high.
Stunning.
He's sky high.
You guys suck.
He's 5'9".
Oh, he's
Is
not
he
that
really?
short. He's just
That's
everybody
not
else
that
around him
short.
is too tall.
Well, that's that short. It's the short guy energy. He exudes short guy energy, which I've
He kind of do.
Which I don't hate. I like short guys.
I'm
like-
a little into
I like
that.
Justin
Have you seen
Long.
Mark Ruffalo? Mark Ruffalo is like the same size, isn't he?
and
He also-
exudes
Mark
short
Ruffalo
guy
also-
energy. I said this about Benjamin Schwartz because he's super fucking tall, but I'm like, yeah, but he's got short guy energy. And that's not a bad
love
thing.
that.
It's not a bad thing.
No. I like that you coined
We're
that.
gonna go back
you should
to
keep
that?
that.
Short guy energy. I like that. I like it.
It's not a drag, it's a compliment.
It is. It's like the confidence of it.
The confidants.
It's like it's the confidence. Like I know you got a big dick, and, and
Not like swagger. It's the lack of swagger. It's confidence without swagger.
big dick.
That's what it is for short guy energy. Not exactly like Napoleon complex, but
That's a different kind of short. That's like a
That's toxic.
The original Toxica Napoleon
toxic.
Bonaparte.
Napoleon Bonaparte, everybody. Educate yourselves.
What were your
Anyway, I can't ask this
expectations?
question. Thank you for
What were your
asking it.
expectations?
My expectations? No expectations because I have truly no clue what's going on other than she spooks.
she
That's it.
spooks.
So
I
let's
taught
take
my
that quick
super
break.
gay kid. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
We don't got it if you don't want to. We could just roll straight right into
Let's
it.
take a break. No, it's a break. We're taking a break. Okay, we're back. The movie
I
has
loved
been seen.
it. Wow,
Fuck, I wish I had alcohol right now.
All right, Dahlia, what'd you think? Immediate thoughts.
Immediate thoughts. Go.
Wow, I feel like
Wow.
I don't even know what to say,
Oh,
man.
wow.
It was like so interesting. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was scary. It was scary, and I didn't know where anything was coming from. Also, the storyline was so bizarre and so good when people get got. But yeah, I'd never seen anything like that before. Definitely a new kind of story, you know, where I don't know. I guess it's spoilies. I don't know. Can I say that?
It's a movie that feels like a movie.
We're about to get into spoily territory, so go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Because I mean, like, I feel bad for the monster, right? Like, really, like, you know, there's hardly movies that make you feel for you know what's been done to this. I don't even want to call her a monster because really it's just a product of environment. Because
this entity, you can say entity.
They call her the mother in the summary.
Mama.
Call me mother.
When I was watching you write the summary, I was like, and they call me mother. But yeah, it definitely, that was like a different side of it. She spooks. I mean, I wasn't wrong in that way. She definitely spooks, but I really didn't know where any of the story was taking me most when I was watching it the first time. All the way through, I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And I had like the shittiest fucking earphones. You can imagine all the scary sounds sounded 10 times worse when it was shitty audio and things kept cutting in and out. And then the rain was super loud on one ear and then I could barely hear the other voices on the other ear. So I had to put it at max volume and I'm like, I'm scared.
You need to rewatch all these flicks on like a real TV.
Yeah. I have a little fun fact written down. So Barbarian was almost a streaming release. But Disney went with the theatrical release because the test screening went so well. And we also saw that with another movie this year, which was Smile, which was also supposed to be just a streaming release, but the test screening went so well that they were like, release this shit theatrical.
Nice. And they both fantastic to watch in theaters.
Fantastic to watch in theaters and made so much money. For being original horror movies that weren't remakes or sequels.
It was such a good year for horror last year.
And just another note is like, I think that's such a compliment for the nowadays, right? So like everything used to just go straight to theater and if it flopped, it flopped. But like now everything is so easy because it's going to streaming. It's like, unless you're a really top dog, you ain't going to get into theaters. So I think it's really like just a testament to, you know, the story and also the amazingness of the film, and especially horror, like it being that class, like that they decided to put into theaters is really, really fucking big. I mean, Can you imagine those movies not getting into the theaters and just going straight to streaming? And people are like, why is no one talking about this?
So we have our main character, Tess, who books an Airbnb because she had a job interview. And when she gets there, she finds out that the place has been double booked and a dude named Keith, Bill Skarsgård, is also there. Which, what would y'all do in this situation? Because what she did is not what I would have done. If you book an Airbnb and Bill Skarsgård opens the fucking door, nah, don't give me that look, Sky. Don't be fucking thinking with your fucking dick. You ain't never seen Bill Skarsgård before.
And
I'm gonna so I'll start
and
because
I'm gonna suck his dick. Is that what you were gonna say?
You'll
like I will.
I will say, but that's because I have dangly bits.
I will say when we were watching
these
this
titties
movie,
dangle and what?
Anyway, when we were watching this movie, me and Antonio saw
Sit
it
in your lane.
When it's like after they've talked and she's kind of like okay with him and they're like kind of flirting and stuff, when he's putting the mattress cover or the comforter cover on Antonio was like, he would have gotten me. Oh, I would have got. He was like, that was so hot. That was so attractive.
He's charming. He's so charming. And I'm like, you know what? So I do want to talk about this. I just want to expand a little bit on this part. I'm like, I still don't know what this movie is about. We're still in the dark. I'm like, oh, they're both crazy, or this is some weird, like, you know, foreplay and they're both like serial killers or some shit, or one of them is, and it's probably going to be her because it's too obvious that it's him. So I was like, oh, he's just so charming and she's going to murder him, or this is some weird like, oh, couple murderer thing. I don't know, it was just weird. But he was so charming during this. I would stay. I'm sad.
I would stay.
I would have been like, oh, we're double booked. Come
Damn.
in. No, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep in the car. I'm gonna thank you very much.
The other thing
Or-
is, and
Go to a fucking hotel.
They were all booked.
well,
That was the
I'll
whole
They
sleep
were
in the
all-
fucking parking lot. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking sleeping with this strange ass stranger who looks like Bill Skarsgård. I am not getting murdered tonight, ma'am. Absolutely not. I
you
shan't
know,
be doing that.
you have a lot of self-preservation talk for someone who wants to sit down at the end of times.
But there's no danger yet. This is me looking danger in the eye, and there's plenty of opportunity for me to go ahead and live my life. Go to a drive-thru, get a meal, and go fucking sit down in a parking lot somewhere and fucking sleep there.
I
Yeah,
think
dude.
I got you.
Exactly.
I would-
One of the other things that I wanted to say was about this area is like the neighborhood. They did a really great job for like the camera editing and not showing just how shitty of a fucking neighborhood this looked like. Like when you see it in the daytime,
dark.
you're just like, oh shit, I was here. I would have left
Damn,
then.
bitch, I live like this.
Damn bitch, this is the Airbnb I booked. Nope.
Yeah, that's crazy. And especially because of how nice the house looked.
How could
Yeah.
you have not Google Maps street viewed where you booked?
I have a secret. I don't go in Airbnbs.
Hey, say
I'm a-
secret. You're going to die.
I'm a hotel girl.
I'm a hotel
You are a
girly.
hotel girl.
Material girl.
I'm a hotel girl.
I'm a
I
Marriott.
I would.
Marriott.
There's just no way. Just no
There's
way
no
that
way.
every single hotel was booked. So I refuse to
There's
believe
no
that.
way. And openings happen all the
And-
time. I would have tried.
When there's a convention in town and shit,
I would have paid a premium, dude, or I would have just slept in the garage of one of those hotels and just risked it. Because at least I'm on property somewhere else.
yeah.
And I'm not right next to the house sleeping in the car in rain where I can't see outside of my car, but someone can come attack me. Like, I'm not going to do that. So that's what I would do. So no, I wouldn't stay there. No matter how charming this man was, I would not enter the house.
I mean, I
So
never would have
that's
been
me.
in that situation because I don't do.
You're a hotel
Airbnbs.
girl. Meanwhile, Sky's already been on that dick.
No, I wouldn't do that if he was
If
a
that
fucking
happened
stranger.
to be the case,
I'm,
like, if that
things
happened to be there,
happened. No, I think
God. So
sleeping,
anyway,
I
sleeping in
do
the car
definitely.
in a
I
garage.
do think I have dangly bit privilege in that
Okay.
regard.
Okay.
Yeah, you do have dangly bit privilege. You're right.
Well, Miss Tess is
It's us.
immediately.
It's us. There's red
Yeah,
flags.
she's like and I'm just like good, fantastic. I'm with you here. And then there's just so many red flags. Like he just is he's too nice. He's just too. I'm immediately suspicious of men who are too nice. I know that's fucking sucks, but like if you've seen enough true crime, read enough true crime, seen enough true crime documentaries, you would understand why it would be like, I know you're nice.
If you've ever talked to a man, you know
Period.
that it's just period. Also,
If everyone loves you, if you light up a room when you walk in, your days are numbered.
so
You shut
this
your mouth, dude.
this whole scene of like all the little red flags that are popping up and stuff. This is the reason this movie was made, because he was reading a book called Gift of Fear, and there was a chapter in it encouraging women to pay attention to like tiny red flags. So not like huge, like blatant red flags, but tiny red flags. He was like, I want to write a scene with as many red flags as I can possibly put, like tiny red flags.
Red
And that
Flag
was that
City.
scene. And then it kind of went for that scene, and then her going into the basement, and he's like, and then it just kind of wrote itself, which I thought was really crazy.
Yes.
That you just go in for
That's
one
cool.
scene, and then you come up with this. You come up with this? It's so cool.
I love that. Do you have that book? Is it on your list?
No, I was kind of thinking about reading it, though, because I was like, sounds pretty good. because that was just one chapter, so I'm sure it has more stuff
cute.
about fear.
Hey, if we ever make a movie, I want someone to have a drink that has a little red flag in it, just as a
Oh God.
warning.
That'd be cute.
As an Easter egg.
Little Easter egg.
As I was watching the movie, I said, I hate the beginning. It's like worst case scenario with Airbnb, and I'm surprised people haven't felt the same and stopped that. The guy doesn't seem so nice. He seems fake nice. And then I said, Pennywise is cute out of drag. Love sleepy boy eyes.
Not
It's the eyes. It's the sad eyes. It's the sad eyes.
Those aren't sad eyes. Those are fucking chameleon eyes.
I
They be looking into different places.
I did
Ketzel,
say
shut up.
when we were watching this and he was talking to her, like, but when he was trying to convince her to drink the wine, I would have been like, first of all, what are you looking at? Are you looking at me or are you looking over there?
You're mean.
It's true.
It's true. I still think he's cute, but it's true.
Okay. Other thing that I said before we move on into the evening, I said,
Antonio, you gotta
clean
look in
sheets and-
opposite directions.
clean
You're gonna
sheets
be
and
like,
tea felt
I can't do it.
very suspicious. I would never stay with a random I just met. The wine was a weird vibe, especially after my nighttime routine. I don't know why she did that. I was like, I would just be like, my nighttime routine, I'm going to sleep. The end.
Well, she none of this really speaks to her, so she stays and does all that. And at night, we see the door open.
Which I was like, no to the no to the no, no, no.
No, 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 no.
I can
But
hear
it's not
you,
him.
but I won't.
It's not him, though. It's not him.
Thank you.
Well, we went in so many directions.
But yeah. Is that when he has like a nightmare, so she goes out? Yeah.
I would have
like,
left his ass alone.
It wasn't him because like it wasn't me because he was on he was on the couch.
Even caught me on the sofa.
That's what he said too when he woke up. He was like, it wasn't me.
I'm just saying, if you're watching me while I sleep, that's kind of a boner killer unless we're like together.
Well, he's
You know,
like, "Why are you
"Oh."
watching me?"
That's fucking weird. I would be like,
The door was open. I don't know.
Shit.
Shoot.
The door was open and you were making noise. Why wouldn't I come check on you?
My poke is here. Give me 1 second while I go grab it.
I thought you said you didn't order it.
I lied.
Fucking two-faced Gemini, bitch.
I lied.
Get her, Jade. Yeah, so it's like the next morning. Tess leaves for her interview. And then we'll fucking look outside. Bitch, it was raining when we drove up to this house. It was dark, okay? We didn't see nothing.
It was dark and stormy and rainy.
It turns out that the outside looks really different than what it did the previous day. And then we look outside and it's like, ooh, I was in this neighborhood? Oof. And she was just like, whatever, I'm going to ignore this. I got to go. She shows up to her interview and then the interviewer's like, yo, where are you staying at? And she's like, oh, I'm staying in this area. And then she's like, whoa, you should not be staying there. And that Airbnb, super fishy. I've never heard anybody staying there ever in that area. So like, just, you better don't. So she's like, oh, that's really weird. But she has like some of her shit there. So she has to go back to the house. And as she's like getting her keys in her hand and approaching the door, some guy comes running at her, this unhoused man. He's just like, you gotta get out of here. Don't go in that house. And like, you know, me, if I was walking up to my house and somebody was yelling at me, I'm like, I gotta get in. I gotta get in. I gotta get in. It's scary. I'm like, you don't come at me like that. You know, it's alarming.
Don't yell at me. I'm sensitive.
Don't yell at me.
A lot
But
of
you know what?
subversion in this movie.
Very that, because she does make it into the house and you think that the danger is on the outside, but it's not. So she comes back in. She's like getting all of her shit. Bill Skarsgård, what's his name? Keith ain't there.
Keith.
He don't
So
look like a
she's
Keith.
like, that's fucking weird. He leaves all his shit there. So she's like, that's fucking weird. And she rifles through his shit. And I was like, oh, that's not nice.
I would have done that shit. I want to know who I'm staying with. So I can do a fucking background. I want to fucking do a background. Fucking FBI background check.
Anyway,
I would never put myself in that position. But yeah, she's like, I am using the bathroom and I gotta get some TP. So she has to find some TP. And you know where you put TP, I guess? In the motherfucking basement. I don't understand why, but okay. Yeah, that's just...
If I have to leave the bathroom, we're just taking a shower instead.
And what if you had to poop?
I just take
Then
a
I guess
shower instead.
There you go.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even... I was like, why are you gonna poop in the shower?
You dummy. You dummy.
Oh my god, you got poop in the shower, Tony, you fucking fool.
How the turntables. Whoa. So she has to find the
Girl,
TP in
sit
the
down and
basement,
eat your
apparently. And she goes to the basement where she gets stuck. She props
Stuck
open the door
after using the bathroom, no TP.
And you know what? She never peed.
she
Yeah,
did
you're right.
pee.
Maybe
Didn't she pee? She was on the toilet, and then she looked over, and she was like, "God damn, there's no toilet paper."
She stayed nasty.
She had to wait there a minute.
Going back to being right again, I would just take a fucking shower.
So anyway, she gets fucking stuck down there. Big whoop, right? Like we knew it was gonna happen. It's a fucking scary movie. And she
'Cause the
finds
door-
a hidden corridor.
When it closes, you can't get out. It's locked from the outside.
Yeah, and I don't
The basement
understand why
door.
that happens. And that's just awful. I hate
You
that.
don't understand
So-
why?
I don't. I choose
At this
not to
point-
understand. Okay.
At this point,
Okay,
you don't
okay.
understand why.
Yes. So she's like looking around. She's like, "How the fuck am I gonna get out of here?" There's like a window in the basement, and then she's like, "Ugh." And then some shit happens, and then we're led to find this weird fucking string that's coming from the wall. First of all, red flag. And then anyway, she pulls it, and then it opens a fucking corridor door, and we're like, "Yo, there's complete darkness, like insane darkness." So she grabs a mirror that's in the basement, and she uses the light to reflect into the hallway. That does not help at all. So she's like feeling around.
What is this, the
going
Mummy?
through the corridor. It's scary. And she finds a room, which is disgusting. And it has a camcorder, a stained mattress, and a bloody handprint. Ooh.
Was there a bucket?
I think there was a bucket too. Bucket and a mop.
She got
yeah.
stuck.
She got stuck
So
there.
she got stuck in the basement, and she's trying to get out. Keith is like, "What are you doing down there?" And she's like, "I got stuck." And I think she has to give him the key, which is so weird that
She had
she
it in
has
her
the
pocket.
she had the key to the house, but that doesn't unlock the door, I guess. Which that would just make sense. One key, the entire place, I guess. I'm not gonna say it makes no sense, but
this part fucking pissed me off because like this goes into the fact, and I'll talk about this later, but like every man in this movie sucks. And this part where he just doesn't believe her and just laughs off like her fear and gets them both in this situation. That fucking pissed me off.
He finds her. He gets in the house. He frees her. And she's like, "We got to get the fuck out of here." But then he ends up getting stuck himself.
He
Right?
doesn't believe her. Yeah.
no, he doesn't believe
Fucking
her.
idiot.
So and she's like, I just want to go. And he's like, well, let me just check it out. I just want to see it. But he goes down, and then he disappears, and she doesn't hear from him again. And
Which, at that point, if he didn't answer, I'd be like, "Gonna cut my
Bye.
losses and get the fuck
Deuces.
out of here."
that's
call the
when the
police.
red flag on Keith goes straight to the top, like full mast. Just right up
Not
there,
full
like
mast.
run.
Full mouth.
Oh no.
Is it half? Yeah, it's half mast and full mast.
Yeah,
Full mast.
full mess.
So full mast, red flag on Keith right there. Because like, if someone doesn't answer you, they're either stuck in a situation themselves,
Or they're trying to lure you.
Yep.
exactly. And that's when you start thinking a little bit harder about the situation. You leave.
You start looking inward.
You you look inward and find that the best way is outward. And
Tea.
so this time she comes prepared. She props open the door to make sure, and she goes down.
She don't get stuck. Mm-hmm.
she doesn't want to get stuck, so she tries to make sure and protect against that.
She should have left. Anyway,
She should have.
should've
But
left.
she also, at this point, I think she's kind of charmed. So she's like, something might have happened to Keith. But this little hidden corridor that they were in the first place, turns out there's more.
Dun dun.
So
It goes deeper, baby. You
It
thought
goes
this was some
so
Jeffrey Dahmer
deep.
SVU shit? It gets
no,
worse.
it's as above, so below shit.
That part.
That's the part where I'd be like, I have to go. I can't be here. But she hears him crying out for help. Still a red flag. Not just half-mast. We had to build more pole just for it to go even higher. If he's crying out for help, no. You know they do that, like where they like wound some person and then they use that person to lure everyone else out. That's like a thing. It's a trope. You know, it doesn't matter if he's the bad guy or someone else is the bad guy. Just don't help people. Make sure your mask is on securely before you try to help your kids, guys.
Exactly. And was it not so disturbing, like, hearing him, like, call out? I had the shittiest earphones again at this point, and I had already started watching the movie before I changed earphones. But, like, I could hear him going, like, muffled, like, help me. And, like, it sounds so horrible. I was like, I can't imagine being in the theaters and hearing that. It's, like, deafening, but you can hear a tiny voice screaming for help. I'm, like, covering my mouth. I'm so scared.
My thing
She's
is,
spooks.
she's screaming back too, and I'm like, if
shut
he
up.
wasn't lying and there was something down there, why the fuck you alerting that thing about you?
Wait!
Why are you
Dude.
learning?
Why are you alerting?
Why are you wilding like that? Oof.
Like, I never understand that in
Miss
horror
Tess.
movies when they're yelling back. I'm like,
It's that voice. It's that voice.
If someone goes missing, don't start yelling.
exactly. I'm like,
Unless, you know what? I'm gonna go back to I'll never be in this situation, but if I am in this situation, if we're in the fucking woods for whatever reason, and one of you guys goes like missing or something, I am gonna start yelling because I do think that you need to be able to hear me. I will gamble that away because
Not if
the
the Blair
woods
Witch.
are
gonna
wide open
say, like-
spaces.
Not if the Blair
like-
Witch got me.
No, I
Blair
will
Witch lures
because
you,
if
though.
you guys, yeah,
and
And
baby,
you're
you'd be
already
stuck to
caught
that
as soon as you're in the
tree.
Blair Witch. Okay.
if I'm already out in the fucking woods, I need you guys to be able to hear me or I hear
Ooh,
you.
what you drinking?
So
Eventually, Miss Tess finds Keith, and they're attacked by a naked, disconfigured woman.
Ooh,
And that
ooh,
smashes.
Lord. We gotta roll back because he's
Is
like,
it
no, we can't go that way.
disfigured?
We can't go that way. She's a mutant,
Disconfigured.
so yes. But they link up. They sneaky link for a hot second, and he's like, "No, we can't go. There's something in here. There's something here," and then
It
he's like, "I
bites him,
can't. I won't
doesn't
go
it?
that way.
And she's like, what are you
Doesn't
talking
it bite
about?
him?
We have to go. We have to go. We have to go." And then the tall, disfigured mama
Mother.
comes up behind Keith and just starts smashing his face against the cave wall. Man,
It's horrifying.
what a loss.
And
I
then it
think I
does
was
a
covering my
hard
mouth
cut.
at that point.
Me and Antonio
Hard
were too.
cut.
We were like,
I was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, I knew even less about this movie.
yep,
Because
it
the
was at
whole
that point-
trailer is just shows us this storyline. So to have him die and not be the one causing this ruckus, and the hard cut to whatever we're about to talk about, I threw my wig to the screen.
yeah,
You're like, wait, what?
yeah, because it was
Shocking.
it's such a graphic part, and for it to cut to like Malibu, California, and Justin Long being like la 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 la, it was just like, what the fuck are we
I was like
watching?
so upset. I was like, how dare you? It was so jarring to be taken out of that scenario.
Cut to Malibu, California. Justin Long zipping
Singing
down the
Oh
freeway.
my
Fergalicious.
At first, I was so excited. I was like,
G-L-A-M.
and I was like, yes, bitch. I was so into it. And he's this actor, Justin Long. I don't even think we gave him a name yet. AJ. He's like driving down the California coast in his little speedy car, convertible style, and we're like,
He's
oh my
living.
god. And then he's like, oh no, I've been fired from my TV show, and it was because of rape allegations, but of course that were made by his co-star. And immediately it got ick so fast. I've never seen something go ick so fast. I was so excited, and then I was like, I hate this. I literally hate this. Anyway, he needs to pay the lawyer. So AJ has to go to a rental property that he owns in Detroit to, you know, just check it out, make sure everything's cool, because I think he's just trying to liquidate all his assets to pay the lawyer. And it turns out it's the same fucking house that Tess and Keith are at. So he owns the place. That's how he finds his way there.
Can I say something real quick?
Go for it.
Because this is getting to the second man here. I was so afraid because you show him, well, he gets hit with the allegations, and of course we're like, oh, fucking course, of course, right? And then you show him sort of processing this, calling his mom, like, and for a moment watching this, I'm like, are they gonna make this so like they're fake allegations? Because I don't feel like that's a story that needs to be told. So I was like really afraid, because it's like, wait, are we supposed to be on his side? I don't want to be on his side. Because
yeah, it was also very like on the fence. I was like, how am I supposed to feel about this?
Because I don't know when they show that scene where he's talking to that guy at the bar. Is it before he goes to Detroit?
It's after.
When he's in
No,
Detroit.
it's when he's in Detroit.
Because
Okay.
his parents
like
live in
a-
Detroit
Okay,
too,
that's
and
right.
when he's on the phone with his mom, he's just a fucking giant douchebag.
He is a
to
douche
her.
nozzle. He's like, you know, probably 30 minutes away from her, and he calls up his friend and he's like, hey, guess who's in town?
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is also a testament to the casting, because you have Bill Skarsgård who's casted, and everyone associates him with Pennywise, so everyone's like, bad, bad, bad. And then we have Justin Long, who's in every rom-com ever, and is just the sweet guy, and you're like, nice. And they really switched that. I mean, even though Keith was bad too, but like he's not the problem because he's dead.
But
Why?
Justin's always
Oh.
Justin Long is always a little bit of a
'Cause she's
dickhead in
dead.
any of his horror movies.
Not a fucking, but a sexual fucking abuser. That's kind of
Yeah,
That's
that's-
kind of
Well, because he was a good guy in Drag Me to Hell. He was good, and then in Jeepers
Was
Creepers,
he, though?
wasn't bad either. No, because the girlfriend in Drag Me to Hell was the problem.
She was doing her job, I thought, and that was why she couldn't do anything. She's doing her job and just trying to ensure that, you know, she has job security. I don't know if he was being a dickhead. I actually don't
No, I
remember
think
much
he
of
was
that movie.
I don't.
Was he sweet or something like that?
He was like just. I don't even think he was in it that much, but he was not.
That's what it was.
person.
I just. But he's a dickhead in Tusk, and he's a dickhead in Jeepers Creepers too.
Is he?
He's really good at
yeah.
playing that part though, and I think that's what really made it so easy to hate him, you know, because of what he did, especially like that's
He
just
plays
heinous.
a dickhead in lots of things.
But he's really
like he's
good
a dickhead
at it,
and he's
so-
just not that into you.
Yes, but
Like, 'cause you're led to-
he's a charming dickhead.
Yeah, you're led to believe at first,
But
like,
he wasn't,
oh,
like-
could these be fake allegations? But then you're like, oh, clearly he absolutely did. And, you know, in that club with his friend, he was, like,
Yeah.
revealing, you know, oh, maybe she said something. And I'm just like, fuck you. I literally was like, I don't want to watch this film anymore. I really wanted to turn it off. I'm not going to lie. It just turned ick so fast. It made me like, nope, I got to keep pressing on.
But here's the fucking thing: the whole theme is who's the barbarian, and I mean,
That's
Mama.
the question.
Mama.
And we keep going because AJ, who's now in this rental property, he's finding... Actually, it was AJ who discovered even more stuff. He was going through Tess's things. He's like, who the fuck is Tess?
Which
And-
I would love to say when he's going through Tess's, I was about to say laundry suitcase. There's a little thing that I was like, that is so cool. It's Jane Eyre. There's a copy of Jane Eyre, and Jane Eyre. The whole thing is like the wife is still alive and hidden.
She's the crazy woman.
She's the
Yeah.
crazy one that's like hidden away. So I just thought that was a cute little nod to like what happens.
She's literally
later on.
in the walls and hidden away in the attic.
Oh
in this
my
case, the basement.
god.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
thought that
that's
was a
clever
cool
for
little-
you literature geeks because I didn't know that. Thank you for
I didn't
letting me
know that either.
That's
So I
cool.
thought that was
If you know,
a cool
you
nod.
know.
But
If you know, you
I
know.
also really hated the way that he threw her laptop across the room and it landed, and so it was fine. But I was just like, ah!
I did too. I was like, whoa. Whoa, boy.
Settle down.
And because he's our most hated enemy at this point, he eventually discovers a hidden tunnel. So we're like, yes, we want you to die.
Get him. Get her, Jane.
Get her, Jade.
But he does probably the best, the only laughable thing in here.
The best bit.
He looks at this. The best bit. He looks at it and says, "That's free real estate, babe."
And I'm like, is that not cis het of you?
Uh-huh.
You're like, money, money, money.
It's such
Pulls up the
a-
measuring tape.
Type A,
Uh-huh.
dominant, male type. That's real estate, baby. And I'm just like, oh, this
That's free
this
real
death dungeon? This
It's
death
such
dungeon?
a man thing to just be like, wow, gonna measure it. I sense no
estate. Like,
danger.
oh, there's blood. There's a bucket.
There's cages.
It's
There's
rusty.
human-sized cages.
I could rent this. I can Airbnb this.
You know, get a
This'll
bucket, get a mop.
Jesus
You know,
Christ.
a couple of magic erasers, and here we are. Extra living
Yo,
space.
magic.
It's gonna take
Magic
a lot of
eraser?
magic erasers, my friend.
No.
No,
I'm
no,
pretty
no.
sure.
It'll take 2, maybe 3.
Exactly.
That's how magical they are.
When Jigsaw was cleaning the bathroom, he only needed 2.
What bathroom was Jigsaw cleaning? He ain't cleaned
The
that
one
bathroom.
after he murdered.
The one after he fake murdered himself.
Cleaning that. You dumb slut.
There's not gonna be a clean bathroom, you dumb slut.
Incredible.
Excellent. Bringing that reference back because it's so good.
So good. Anyway, you're damn right.
It's very him. It's very that type of guy, AJ, to do that. So anyway, he passes
I'm that girl.
he passes by this room where there's a breastfeeding video, and it's kind of like 80s, so it's like very spoopy or like very sus. It just alarms you. If I was that person, I would have ran at that point. I wouldn't have even gone that far, but I would have
You
ran.
would have gotten.
Yeah, so definitely sus. And then he eventually finds a creature and falls down a hole where he
The
meets-
mother.
Yes, mother. And he meets Tess there. And Tess is alive! She's alive! It was amazing. We were like, oh, thank God. You know, because we had
The
seen,
mother said, "Put your paws up."
we had seen Mr. Squaresgord like get fucking bashed until he
That's
deaded.
Squaresgord.
Yeah. He was deaded, man.
Fenty
So like
Wise. Fenty Wise is like pancake came off.
What?
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 But like all of the pancake.
Oh, the whole pancake fell off. You're right. So he's in there now with Tess. Good on Tess. She's alive. We don't know how she lived, but this is where we do a hard flashback, right?
yes, absolutely. I have notes here about that.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Go on.
So like it's all dark and shit, it's scary, but then it flashes back to, you know, a sunny 1980s, which shows like the original house and its original owner, Frank. Which is an unfortunate name because
A terrible name. I only know one Frank and he's
I
good.
love a Frank. He's a good boy.
That's why I call him Frankle, because he does not get put in the same buckets as Franks.
I call him everything but Frank.
Same.
I call him dumbass. So we all have different
I
nicknames.
love
you know?
pet names.
I have no names because I try not to talk to him.
I call him Frankenstein, which is my favorite.
But Frank, seemingly he's all nice and stuff. He's wearing like a little coverall.
He don't look nice. I'm sorry. From when you see him, you're like, he's disgusting.
He is gross. The actor himself has always played like problematic characters.
Maybe I'm remembering this wrong.
been
I
in
am
a little
remembering
He's
this
been in
wrong.
a lot of.
So
He's in a lot of Rob Zombie movies.
anyway, he
was also in
he
Those
is-
are nasty movies.
You know what? You're right. He is spoopy. And he's driving his car in his coveralls, and we're very suspicious about him in this beautiful ass neighborhood. The neighborhood is nice. It does not look like the way that we saw it previously when it's all dilapidated and disgusting. Everybody moved out. You're the only person on the street. Everybody's like nice lawns, upkept. And so turns out Frank, who we're suspicious about, as he's going along in his car, going to places, he abducts women and holds them captive in the tunnel. So it's very alarming. It's so horrible. He would use that hidden room to videotape himself raping them. And then he, obviously that turned into, you know, the women getting pregnant and having children. So it's really just awful because, I mean, what he did after that was just, you know, use the children.
Subsequent abuse of cycle of abuse.
Yes. So, I mean, and you know how like incesty stuff works. So clearly like everything just kind of gets worse from then on.
I mean, they don't make the full link in the movie then, but you're starting to connect some dots there about Miss Mother and who she can possibly be after seeing that this is the house where all this happened.
Yep, she was born there and lived there.
And who knows how many subsequent generations that was.
Yeah.
Could be 3, 4. It's sad.
It's very sad. I hate it.
I hated it.
This movie did a good job of like not showing anything, but really implying it, like the violence against women. So
Yeah.
that's nice because I don't want to see that.
It wasn't gratuitous. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, there was no like gratuitous exploitative. It's like, because this kind of stuff, like there's been like stories in real life of this stuff happening, and so like
Yeah.
it's fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
People in this movie, I mean, gives that message.
People are whack.
People are whack.
Absolutely. So the real
Period.
monster here is Frank, not
Yeah,
Mother.
sorry, Frank.
No, all of them are supposed to be barbarians, which is what I think is just like
All the men are barbarians in this.
Maybe
all
you
of them
should
except
keep
for the
that
first two.
comment
Except for Keith.
to explain it
Keith
later.
is not a
Keith
barbarian.
included. Keith included.
Okay. So now we flash forward. We understand the story of how Mother has come to be, why there's so much bad spirits in the house and just gross. So in the present, the Mother has locked Tess and AJ in a deep hole. There's like a grate on top of it, I think. So Tess tells AJ that their moods affect the creature, Mother, and that the woman, and that Mother wants them to act as her children. So, I mean, think about it. She's been watching this like breastfeeding video this whole entire time. So Mother, like nurturing, like she just really wants to, you know, have that closeness. I think that's the biggest human thing about her. And I think that ultimately, spoilers, becomes her downfall. But yeah, and then we have this bottle and breastfeeding scene, and whoa. Was it a lot? I think I covered my mouth. I was like, thoughts?
It wasn't bad until I saw the hairs, and then I was like,
Mom.
"Ugh."
That part. Because at first I'm like, yes, they're babies, huh?
They're
And then the hair, and I was like, wait a second.
You're like, yeah, they are babies, huh? Whoa.
Yes.
Not the babies.
I do. So I watched a lot of interviews with the director and stuff, and he talked about this scene that they really wanted to put in the movie, but they did not. So it is a fun little deleted scene. So that when he's not taking to the bottle because he's a grown ass man, Mother decides that, well, he needs to eat, so she grabs a rat, eats it live, chews it up, and then baby birds it to Justin Long.
Yes.
I'm so very glad they did not put that in the movie and delightfully stowed it away in their little deleted scenes, because
Delightfully.
when I saw this bottle scene, I was so horrified. I hated it. And then
I was not befuddled by the breastfeeding scene. I'm like, well, yeah, it makes sense. It's the hair on the bottle. That's the only thing.
That's the thing that fucked me up. It's just...
It's the lime and the coconut. You drink it all up, baby.
But at the same time, like, even though I'm disgusted by it now, life or death, like, I would test it.
Life and death? Say no more.
So good.
Delicious. Dulce de leche.
Shut the
fuck up, Antonio. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just like, I honestly, everyone talks about the hair. I didn't catch it the first time I watched this movie, and I was like,
I didn't catch the hair.
You're like, finally some fucking food.
Everyone else is like, finally some fucking food, and I'm like,
Good God.
all in a day.
What kind of day you having?
Oh me, oh my.
I don't know. We've been talking about the whack shit that I see, so like, you know, I'm just like,
at your local UPS store. Be kind to your local UPS workers, everyone. You don't know what's happening behind the
no,
scenes.
honestly,
saying.
you don't even have to be kind. Just read your fucking instructions.
Hey, everyone,
Haunting.
just learn how to read
Except for Ketzel.
and reading comprehension.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Yes. So, Tess takes the opportunity to flee because Justin Longifer tooketh, and she's like, okay, now's my chance. Now's my fucking chance. So she narrowly escapes the house with the help of Andre, who's the unhoused man that we saw earlier.
meanwhile, AJ back with Miss Mother. He attempts to escape and he goes deeper into the tunnels. And in there, he finds a room that Mother seems very afraid of. And so, of course, he goes in and he discovers a bedridden, disgusting Frank still alive inside there. And at first, AJ's like, oh, man, you're in here too. You know, we're going to get you out. You know, I'm going to call the police. They're going to come right now. And AJ sees the tapes that Frank used to record of like all the abuse happening, and so he just like, what the fuck? And but the fact that he said that he was gonna call the police makes Frank get a revolver and unalive himself in an attempt to not go to justice. That motherfucker got off so good, is all I'll say. Meanwhile, Tess eventually reaches a gas station. This is the part Dolly doesn't want to talk about, and she's able to call the police, and the police are useless.
And here comes
Hey, Cab.
Chester.
Hey, Cab.
Hey, cab. They don't listen. They think she's on fucking drugs, and like they just completely, and they're two male cops. They just completely just ignore her. Think she's like insane. They threaten to arrest her, and it is a very fucking it is like the most frustrating scene.
It's like, bro, nobody lives in that neighborhood. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you even there? You have no business being there. It's like, you look disheveled. I'm not gonna believe you.
You look dusty.
I got better things to do than to listen to you.
And she gets her keys, and Mother has arrived. And Tess runs her car into Mother. seemingly killing her.
Boom.
And for whatever fucking reason, decides to go into the basement to go get AJ, even though my ass would have been skedaddled on out of there.
She doesn't know his history.
But she goes and gets him. I don't know him.
I don't
this
know him
motherfucker
either.
just showed up and took my bottle.
But you know what? Tess is
Took half my milk.
Tess is that girl. Tess is that girl.
I'm that
She's a
girl.
Tess is
savior.
actually a good person.
She's a savior. So, even though we knew his story and we would have been like, and also we don't know him, Tess is like, I gotta go get him. So she goes.
And what does AJ do?
He shoots
Shoots
her.
By accident, though. I said JK, though.
I said JK.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
She's like, let's get the fuck out of
Shoots
here,
her
man.
with Frank's gun, yes. So they leave, and then this is when Mother's missing, so they go find shelter with Andre. So this is when Andre takes them. And Andre at...
Take shelter. Sorry.
at Andre, no, go ahead. I love it when you sing to me. I love it when you sing so sweetly to me. Andre at his shelter explains that Mother is the product of multi-generational incest, which we had already kind of figured, but he connects the dots for us. And I think Andre is like, she can't get me here. She doesn't come over here. And she bursts.
But guess what?
Mother bursts in.
And she's
Mother
like,
bursts in like the Kool-Aid man.
I was gonna say like
they're
the
my
Kool-Aid man.
13th reason.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, oh, no. And then his arm gets ripped
It's
off.
comical. It's almost fucking comical. That's like the most.
rips his arm and beats him with it.
that was insane. That was like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm like, could this get any worse? Yes. In fact, I think it continues to get worse. And I'm just like, oh my God. Ah!
There are lots of things that happen to people in this movie that I'm grateful for. It's so hardcore. Like, you literally say, or you hear people say stuff like that. I'm gonna like rip your arm off and like beat you to death with it, or something like that.
I've heard you say that.
But to see it be done is so great.
It
so
was
powerful.
She did it for us.
After that happens, Tess and AJ flee up a water tower. Mind you, Tess is still fucking shot in the gut, the worst place to be shot. And Mother is chasing like close behind. It's so fucking crazy. They make it all the way to the fucking top, and not even in a moment of crisis, in a moment of like, I'm a fucking asshole, AJ pushes Tess off the tower so he can save himself. And you know what happens? Mother, being the nurturing creature she is, jumps after Tess and shields her from the fall. And I was just like, in that moment, I was just like, Tess! I was like, ah! And then when I saw Mother leaping,
this is the part that people laughed at.
I cried.
I cried.
I was in shock because I couldn't believe his ass threw her off. I was like,
that would be. I was like, oh.
I was like,
oh.
I was like, you fucking
people
bitch.
like the shot of Mother leaping after her made people laugh in the theater. And I was like, this is heartbreaking.
Our theater was silent. I think because everyone
I
was
like,
like,
I think everyone was shocked. It was like, it's a comedic shot. It's really not like, it's not a realistic.
I don't think it is a comedic shot.
I think if you're not taking the film seriously, then you're gonna laugh. Can I ask you what laughs you heard? Were they male laughs?
Yes.
There's your answer.
It was the realization that she cared so much that was her baby. Like, that's how
her
deep
baby.
that, like, nurturing. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, to me, it was like a grave moment. So to hear laughter, I was like,
you don't know what this is about.
So, turn on the lights. Someone turn on the lights.
Get out of here.
I want to see these motherfuckers.
I want names. And so as AJ attempts to rationalize his actions to Tess, because Tess does survive the fall, and she's laying on top of Mother, and she's just like, what the fuck just happened? You like have a moment of like, oh, she's dead, but he comes to her and she's like breathing and shit. He's like, oh my God, I don't know. I was thinking like, I just saw you like, you know, falling and I couldn't catch you. And it's like, bitch, you fucking pushed her. Okay. Like we all saw it. Like you're fucking stupid. But Mother awakens and she grabs him and gouges out his eyes and rips his head apart. Like, I'm just saying, impeccable. Like, I don't really love gory movies.
Satisfying
I think
moment.
I've mentioned this before. Yes, it was satisfying. And just to see it happen, I was just like, my God. But it just felt like it was so satisfying that I just ignored the fact that I did not like that happening. It was impeccable. Like,
the rest of this movie is depressing.
yeah, it made me.
Go on.
Sky, please.
It's so depressed. I remember me and Antonio just sat there and I was just like, as the happiest song is playing in the background of the credits, I'm just like I can't feel nothing.
We should go. Like, we should go home now.
We were like, let's leave.
Yeah, it's rough. So AJ's
He's
done.
dead.
He's mincemeat. Great. So their faces are close together.
Yeah.
Like they, like Mother's making sure she's okay and like caressing her, right, and trying to say like we need to go back. And Tess is crying and saying like we can't, and then you slowly see like the gun put to like Mother's like cheek, and like again they're like very close to each other, and you see Mother just kind of like not try to argue anymore. Yeah, and she kisses her. Mother kisses her 2 fingers and presses them to Tess's head and says "baby."
So sweet.
One more time before Tess, who like. It's obviously really hard for Tess to do this. Like, Tess is very upset that she has to do this, but then after she gets called baby, she shoots and kills Mother before she stumbles away from all of that.
And then the sun
And then it
rises.
hard cuts to this very cheery song.
Be
What is the
my, be my little baby, be my. And I'm just like,
Yes.
I was literally was like,
While we're all emotionally like,
And I was like crying. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
All year
can't
last
believe
year,
it.
it was like cut and then happy song.
When Smile
They
did
love
that, I
doing
was
that.
like, now this is the fucking.
Mr.
was like,
Still
Sandman.
haven't seen Smile.
Oh, you motherfuckers better stop. Dahlia.
It was sad. That was her baby, dude.
It was
I-
so sad.
I love old song movies.
I do too.
We've
I think
talked
it's a good,
about
it's a
it.
trend that I'd like to see.
Yeah, I get it. You
keep
guys are
going.
sad about that. It's so traumatic. Poor mother. She didn't have to be like that. But also, like, break the cycle.
It
Don't
needed
go
to be
crazy.
done.
No, I
And
mean,
don't kidnap
obviously-
people. Don't kidnap people. And don't smash their fucking faces against walls.
It needed to be done.
She didn't know any better.
Dahlia, she did what she had to do.
She did what she needed to do. She should.
She didn't know anything
I
A
else.
decision had to
She
be
didn't know
made.
anything else.
I don't
know,
have to
she's
like
probably
it.
like 90% Frank. DNA wise, she's the worst parts of
All
everything.
she knows is abuse and horror. Like, of course she's gonna react in this way. I mean, like, kids react in this way now because all they know is this, and they react in horrible ways. Now imagine that of multiple cycles of also genetic mutation. Mom,
Yeah.
I stand by everything Mother did. Period. Including that bottle. She's trying to feed her kids. And sometimes hair gets into food. Happens to all of us.
I think this movie was like, it was called Barbarian because of the layers of barbarianism. Her being like the obvious one, AJ being like, the woke one, and then like other parts of this thing in general.
I think that this movie wants you to, at face value, think that the barbarian is Mother, but she's not the barbarian at all. It's every man in here at different levels.
I think
and this
yeah.
includes Bill Skarsgård.
I think it's
Because-
everybody. What is it? Okay,
It's everyone,
Mother.
and I think
Mother,
the
the
only-
actual
the-
creature. Let's.
The only barbarian, no, the only barbarian is not is everyone. Mother's not the barbarian. She's just a product of her environment.
Okay,
Just
so barbarian would mean like anyone who commits a barbaric act. Murder is a barbaric act, and she's feral. So I know she's not choosing this, but she's still a barbarian. In fact,
Not
she's
the
the closest thing.
But if we're thinking a message that the director's trying to make,
Everybody's barbarian in some aspect.
everybody else.
'Cause,
Everyone,
like, what, they
everyone
thought
is a
the
barbarian.
the unhoused man was stereotypically barbarian. The kind of nice
Exactly.
guy that you're kind of suspicious of, barbarian. The
He
seemingly
was. He had the red
like
flags, and he belittled her.
seemingly upstanding citizen, Frank. Horrible
Police
things.
who are supposed to be there for you, they're barbarians.
Yep,
They're
So,
all
like,
terrible.
Dahlia,
Hi.
was it worth a watch?
Absolutely, yes. I think it really turned me around of what I originally thought it was going to be. Because at first I was like, yo, I don't want to watch this fucking shit. It looks fucking scary. Some things are going to pop out at me. I don't know what it's about. So I'm like, why do I even want to watch this? But at the behest of my pals here at Sit Down Loser Podcast, I watched it, and I
Incorporated.
think it was worth the watch for sure. I think exactly for all the points that we talked about. This is probably one of our longest recorded, and this is short for you guys because we've edited this, but this is one of our longest chats about a film, and I feel like it was definitely worth the chat. There's so much about it, and I really find those unexpected movies like Barbarian, for example, to be like, I love the surprise of it. But yes, it was worth a watch. 10 out of 10.
Solid cast.
Solid cast.
Solid cast. Good
Solid.
casting. Everybody played their part very, very well. I don't think I've seen Tess in anything else, like the actress. So she was really, really great as a main character. She was
really
her part
strong
well.
for Final Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Long. That's so good.
Wait, no. What did you call him before, Dahlia?
Justin Longiford.
Justin Longifer does so good at the role he is given. That's it, period. That's all I wanted to say.
Solid. Also,
Solid.
he is attractive.
He is attractive.
He's attractive.
Yeah, he is.
Soundtrack score?
Loved it.
Don't.
Spooky.
Don't.
Don't.
I was gonna say I don't remember, but actually, "Be My Baby" at the end. Love that song by the Ronettes. Love it to death. great way to end the movie. Love that putting older music in the spooky movie.
I also Zach Krager has a Spotify playlist called Right to This Now with a bunch of O's. And one of the songs that he wrote Barbarian to, he really wanted in the movie, and he got it in the movie. He got the rights to it, and it's in the movie. It's one of the I think it's when she finds the staircase. It's like a very eerie sounding.
Moving towards
Costume design?
set design, location.
All those sets were real,
Thingy.
baby.
All those
All
sets.
those
Really?
sets was real.
Mm-hmm.
Shot on
Crazy.
location.
All the sets. So it was filmed in Bulgaria, Detroit, and then one day in Malibu when Justin.
Where was
Long's
Bulgaria?
That's the tunnel.
East Europe.
Yeah, that's. I'm not quite
Wait.
sure.
Why would you have to fly to Bulgaria to film this movie?
Who even knows? But I really love the dilapidated neighborhood. And also when it was like really nice, I was like, how the fuck did they get that to work? So
The power of lighting.
truly. I mean, it was literally night and day. And then, I don't know, set design. Like, let's just look at the dungeon room. Say less. You're like, fucking wow. Just fucking wow.
And the costume design?
I mean, the design of Mother.
The special effects
Alarming.
department popped off.
Did they have practical effects, or was it all like, or I know they did CGI, but like, I feel like practical effects goes into costume design. Was somebody in Mother, or was
Yeah.
it just CGI?
Yeah, it was a actor.
Is it the guy who does everything?
No, it wasn't Doug Jones.
First name base?
Some other guy. I don't.
Thank you for knowing his name off the top of your head. I can like
Mr.
think
Doug
of like
Jones.
Mr. Doug Jones. Thank you for your work. Not
He's in
this
every
one in
Del
particular.
Toro movie.
He is Slenderman.
He is the Slenderman. You're correct.
Y'all ever watch Marble Hornets?
Don't talk to me about Marble Hornets.
You sat me and Antonio down at
We
gunpoint.
watched a little bit
We
of
made
it,
us watch some of them.
and then we didn't pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Terrifying.
So
Get that smirk off your face.
Matthew Patrick Davis was Mother.
Thank you.
Wait, did I look him up? Because when we watched this in theaters, I'm realizing now we immediately went to the bar afterwards because it
Yeah,
was
because
just
I needed
so, like
I needed a drink
yeah.
to calm my nerves.
Some brandy for my nerves.
Some brandy for my nerves.
my aquavita, my aquavite. Yeah, I do remember looking him up.
Is he sexy?
Mother is hot.
Yeah,
No.
I watched a little like a panel of them, and he was like in the audience, and they were like, come up and talk." And when he sat down, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute."
Let me look this up, please.
Mother's hot. Oh no, Mother's hot. I want those.
Oh,
fingers.
I see it. What? Stop. Those are long fingers, bro.
They are.
And that's why he was right
Can
for the
those
part.
fingers touch my forehead?
Anyway,
Favorite quotes?
I have none in my head.
I can't think of any quotes from this movie.
Baby.
Baby.
Yeah, one of my one of
It's
my
got to
little
be
bullet
something
points-
from fucking Justin Long's mouth. It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
he did say
It's just-
some whack shit. That was funny.
Like he was like, "Can unrenovated basement space," and he's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." Or something. Stupid shit.
How
Yeah,
about my
Justin
favorite
Long.
quote
Justin
is the
Long
part
talk-
where he's Googling, can basements be a part of the real estate square footage? Or the cave?
That part.
yeah.
As a loser of this episode, do you think this movie was worth the watch? And do you think you missed out having not seen this until December?
Yes, I think it was worth the hype. So, yes, it was. It was definitely worth the hype that it received. I wasn't expecting to watch this movie, let alone enjoy it. So that's always fun. Do I feel like I missed out not having seen it? I would say no. I don't feel like I missed out because
it's not like you waited a million years or anything.
Yeah.
listen. In comparison to Everything Everywhere All at Once and Barbarian, I could have watched Barbarian 6 months from now and still felt the way that I did towards that movie. Whereas Everything Everywhere All at Once, I immediately had a regretting feeling. So this movie did not give me a regretting feeling. Like, oh, I should have watched it sooner. I think it is exactly what it is. Like the big, strong talking points of like, you know, who is the real barbarian here? And I think that that's what made it fun. So I don't think I really
Like
missed
10
out.
years
Exactly.
from now, you can still watch Barbarian, and it's still like a solid film.
It's fantastic cinema. So I don't feel like I missed out not having seen it, but I'm so glad that I did watch it so we could have this discussion here.
Are you cleaning out your ears right now?
You got that
Listen, my ear was
reusable
really-
swab?
No, bitches. It's a bobby pin, the way my mama taught me.
This is why they are so defensive of Mother being the barbarian, not being a barbarian, because they are the true barbarian out of the four of us.
I mean, that's true.
And that concludes this episode of Sit Down Loser, We're Watching a Movie. We'll catch you next time.
Bye, losers. And don't forget to be my baby. Or don't. Or don't. Bye.